Hey everyone, happy Sunday, which means happy second part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. All right, guys, we're not back to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta just yet. Tomorrow in Hot Messy Topics, of course, we will go over all of that. However, today we're back to talk about Stassi's big news, and she opened up about her relationship, how she feels like she's been a little absent in her marriage, and she's pretty vulnerable on her podcast, which I really enjoy because she's speaking her truth and she's taking full control over her own truth, putting it out on the podcast. You have full, ability to be however creative you want to be. And I think that there is a lot of power in that. But we're going to get into all of it. Again, don't forget that today we are dropping our LA behind the scenes premiere, the one that we made members only. We're going to make that public because everybody really enjoyed the behind the scenes for the Jen Shah stuff. And it's kind of fun to show you guys what we do when we're not in the studio. So I'll pin that link in the comments. Let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So Stassi Schroeder went on Lala Kent's podcast. I thought they both did an incredible job. It's so funny. It's like, you have to lie to your kids or whatever they said. I don't know, but they're so funny back and forth. And you can tell these two have come a long way. And I really think that a lot of the girls, the ladies, Sheena, Brittany, Stassi, Lala, they sort of bonded after having babies. Now, Stassi, I don't think talks to Sheena or Brittany, but I mean, there's always weird dynamics going on. But I'm going to go ahead and bring them up, and then we're going to talk about it. She was talking about the names for her son, also her really bad relationship with her ex-boyfriend. She opened up about the fact that her house is non-friendly, and she also talked about her failures with her marriage to her husband. When it comes to the name of her son, she said, the main one that I was going to name this boy was Loring. I thought it was so fun, and Loring was the only one Bo and I agreed on. Interesting. Noting that she also liked Wolfram, Throw, Fox, Credence, Crescent, Clement, and Ozzy because it rhymes with Stassi. Okay. I just don't know. I don't want my kid to have the same name as anyone else. If I know one person, the name is off the list. But she was expecting her second child, a baby boy, this month, and she already had him. She had him yesterday. And this was with her husband, Bo, who she married back in September of 2020 after being set up by Kristen and Katie. But looking back on the start of their romance, she admitted that, well, Bo wasn't initially on board. He didn't want to meet me. He saw my Instagram and he was like, nope, I don't think this is going to work. Whenever I talk about him now, he's like, obviously, I thought you were beautiful and stunning. I just saw this blonde, big boobs reality star who probably gets bottle service in clubs and stuff, and just not anything that would fit into my life. So it took a while for him to want to meet me. And then when I met him, I just won him over with my sparkling personality. But as fans remember, it wasn't always just love. It wasn't always diamonds and rosé. When she dated Patrick, that was a huge red flag. Man bun made me realize definitely what I don't want. Yeah, man bun made me feel bad about my job, bad about my career. Didn't like reality TV. Didn't like Corky. I don't think he liked my basic bitchness. He wanted to change me all the time, and I just felt like I was constantly having to be somebody that I wasn't with him. And then also the other thing was that Man Bun never made an effort to be around my friends. Yeah. So I think that this is like any relationship, especially when you're kissing frogs to find your prince. I feel like you see people that you don't necessarily want or who don't obviously fit in your life. You want to grow with somebody. You don't want somebody who's going to come in and be like, I love you, but I don't like the way that you talk. I don't like your friends. I don't like who you surround yourself with. I don't like your career. I don't like how you act in public. I don't like I don't like your music. I don't like how you chew. It's like, oh my gosh, you don't love me. You hate me. And I think that's kind of what she figured out with Patrick. And we saw him in the way that he was so incredibly disrespectful to Lisa Vanderpump on Vanderpump Rules. Once I saw that and he's like, yeah, I want to watch you walk away and look at that. What? This is a grown woman who commands a lot of respect. And you thought you were getting a TV moment. You did. You got a TV moment. You look like an ass. And that's just that. Sorry, man bun. I was like, that person will want to be around my friends and will make an effort with my friends. And he's going to love all the things about me, or at least can pretend and be my biggest cheerleader. And I found those things, in Bo. I never felt like I had to change myself or be someone different with him. Now, at this point, they have businesses together, they have podcasts together, and he's pretty integrated into her friend group because we saw him on her final season of Vanderpump Rules. That was season 8. And they haven't been seen on any additional reality show since. They just have their live show that they were doing, but she's not completely opposed to the idea. She said, I feel like people want a black and white answer from me, and it really would just depend on what that show is. But as she was preparing for the arrival of her son, who is now here, she said her biggest pregnancy fear is that the epidural is not going to kick in, or it's not going to be right and I'm going to feel everything. She also explained that she's concerned with her house, her Hollywood Hills home, and she said she doesn't know if that's ready to hold a family of 4. I feel like a brat when I complain about it because I'm so in love with my house, so in love with it. But for 2 children, there's not much to do. There's no yard, there's so many stairs, but the market's crazy right now and I'm going to die in this house. Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing. Anywhere you go right now, the interest rates in the market, they suck. It sucks. And unless you have a bajillion dollars, you're really not buying things because who can afford to do anything in this market? Everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen in the next year or 2. And then if you see Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank, she's like, if you guys are waiting for house prices to go down, don't hold your breath. And I'm like, what? That's terrible, but that's not what we want. Getting back to it. In addition to not being family friendly, Stassi's home, specifically her son's nursery, was damaged from the tropical storm. She said, I cry once a day because nothing is ready. I do not feel prepared. When I was pregnant with Hartford, everything was done, but this time nothing is done. And I feel like this baby, if this baby were to come tomorrow, which yesterday, where would I put him? I do have a bassinet, but nothing else is done. Prior to conceiving her baby boy, Stassi said that she was scared and apprehensive because she associates pregnancy with the pandemic. This whole experience has been so different, and I kind of had to be reminded that, okay, life's not like that anymore. So this time I'm like, how do I fill my days? How do I jam pack them as much as possible? Even if I'm at home, I put on a cute outfit. I do my hair and makeup. It's so different. Everything about it, it's so much more fun. Yeah. This part kind of sucks. She did admit that she feels like she's failing when it comes to her relationships, both with her friends and her husband. I feel like I don't keep in touch with people very well. There's so much I personally feel like is on my plate just being a mom and working and being a wife that I don't know how to also give myself to my friends the way that I used to, and notice that I don't like that about myself. And also it's like you can't have it all. Sometimes in life, other things are going to suffer because you're focusing on something else. And I try not to expect it in return from my friends too much because I'm not able to give it. She said she could be better, that she's not that great of a wife. And she said, I could totally have sex with Boo way more. I always call him Boo, even though he's Bo, but even some people around Tom Tom would call him Boo. But she did say they have a lot of respect for each other and they're best friends. The day-to-day of our lives, it works so well because I think that respect is there in friendship, but I could be a little bit better at making him feel like wanted. But like I'm tired all the time. I feel so guilty because he does such a good job of making me feel wanted, but yeah, I'm definitely slacking. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but back to her little baby boy, she did announce him, and this was just yesterday, 15 hours, and an interesting name, which I think is really cute. I just don't know, is it Messer Reese Clark? Messer Rice Clark? I don't really know how you pronounce that, but born at 12:04 a.m. on September 7th, 7 pounds, 14 ounces, 19.5 inches. We love him so much already. Send prayers. Hartford doesn't terrorize him. Okay. That's funny, actually. But this is him. This is them. Look, he's a little baby. He's a little baby boy. Oh, well, big congratulations to them. Obviously, that's huge news. And I just want to come on here and share it with you guys. Happy Sunday, everyone. There's a lot of Bravo content coming this week, so get ready for that. And in the meantime, don't forget that we are dropping the LA behind the scenes today, and I will pin that link in the comments. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.